just remember...
What is it?
A cautionary tale. But take care that the cheese isn't...
What are you talking...
Ozesk. 9 evil rats were stirring the pot.
Yes, I huge quantities of...
While you were placid.
Yes.
No, Mouse. He lured the silly... And the cheese you... So be very careful, little mouse.
I'll keep it in... Hey there.
But of course I can.
Fantastic.
You know what the mouse's biggest strength is? Not its teeth, not its size. It's the ability to become invisible, the secret. You can't literally become invisible, but you can always stay in the shadows. Control your breathing. So, let's put this knowledge to the test. I'll be the Rat King, and you try to sneak up on me, Mousy. Ready when you are, Mousy. You're a very gifted student, Mousy. Congratulations. I think you learned something today, Mousy. Hopefully it will be enough to keep you alive. That was a good effort, Mousy. Now you're better equipped to deal with rats.
Hi, Igor. My name was Sasha, but my mother was Ukrainian, and I was born and raised in... I mastered surviving on the... We always had each...
I'm sorry.
That's what happens when you try...
What happened to...
I'm still looking for him.
Sure. Hey.
About what? I can show you.
Actually...
Hi, Igor.
No, I'm fine.
I was just thinking...
And
I think this place...
Something like a...
Very droll. No, that's not my job.
The hunter, eh?
Look, everyone has a natural talent for... So, yes, that does... Great! Now could you try...
But those are prepared rations.
Matt...
I probably won't. Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad to.
Fantastic.
No jokes will... All right, here we go again. Time for the next lesson, Igor.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to...
I advise you to take this seriously.
Probably not.
Of course you wouldn't. So imagine that. You have to place it gently. Why?
To my knowledge,
Don't interrupt. What do you think? If I ever get to meet Tatiana, the first thing I'm going...
you and me both.
Anyway, you have to be careful and trust that your life depends on...
Okay.
It's called believe.
Believe in what?
Believe that you will find whatever you need in your bag without checking. What do you say, student?
I want to...
Matvey taught me well, and I'm happy to pass on his knowledge.
Dear Igor, apologies for this pre-recorded message, but it's for your own safety. I found something that will help you in your search. The documents are on the roof of the Pripyat hospital. Come as quickly as you can and try to be discreet. My superiors would be very unhappy if they knew I was helping you.
I knew I could count on the old man.
Could this be a turning point, Igor? Having such a powerful ally in this place could change everything for you. But then again, you've always been so trusting. I hope it won't be your downfall.
Shoot the hostile! Get behind!
These must be the documents Professor Semenov left for me.
This is General Kozlov of the NAR. You're coming with us quietly. No harm will come to you unless you force my hand. We disabled your technology. There's no way out of this building. Do yourself a favor. Surrender. It's the best option for everyone.
I sense the Rat King closing in on you. Run!
You have to do the right thing here, Igor. I know it's risky, but this could be our only opportunity to hurt them from the inside. Or at least learn something valuable.
What the hell are you saying? You want me to surrender?
Think like a partisan, will you? They underestimate you. Use it to your advantage. You'll find out a way to break free later.
You have no idea how determined a man can be. I'm not going anywhere.
Actually, I do. Please remember, Igor, I didn't want it to go this way. Alpha Team, engage!
Something's interfering with my portal generator. This is what's blocking my portal. There's more than one jamming device. Ah, they really put the effort into setting this trap. To turn that thing off. Still nothing. Have to find the other device.
I need you to come here this instant. I'm at HQ. You'd better be here soon, or there will be consequences. Kozlov's going to sacrifice me. They left me here, and he is coming after me as well. I can't trust Kozlov anymore. You wouldn't want him. I'm waiting in Lenin Square.
I guess I really am naive, huh?
Looks like your mentor sold you out. Or perhaps he was involved in all of this from the beginning. Regardless, he's clearly no longer your friend. He set a trap for you, Igor. What are you going to do about it?
Stop right there. You're on...
So...
Well, there's something... Those NAR fucker... And there's this creepy fuck. He leaves me alone.
So you...
What did I just say?
You mentioned... What kind of... What about this...
That'll be one.
Sorry.
You were lost.
Single-minded.
Of course we're single-minded.
I better be going.
Bradford forever!
Why would the old man request an evacuation hatch under the laboratory tent? That's weird, right?
Probably worried about getting trapped into that fucked up action in the hospital. He's right to be.
I bet that lunatic's coming after him with his crazy tech.
Yeah. Think we can still request a transfer?
Wonder what the quartermaster made for dinner tonight. Hope it's not more
Shoot the motherfucker! Casualty!
It's a little weird to me you can't like break open the cages or have a Far Cry thing of like setting them free to have him fight the NER fires and distractions, you know, that kind of thing.
Everyone thought he was just some nutty professor. He blindsided us all.
The eggheads figured out how to disable the technology he uses to make jumps.
The stupid thing was heavy as shit. We had to carry it on our backs to set up the ambush. But it was all for nothing. The fucker escaped anyway.
Between his guy and those fucking monsters, I'm starting to think I should polish up my resume.
Where are we going for our honeymoon, Igor?
Honeymoon?
You did start planning it, right?
Of course I have.
So?
I was thinking of Sochi, Yalta, perhaps Gagra.
Gagra? The Soviet Monte Carlo for party apparatchiks? Over my dead body?
All right, all right. Sochi it is then.
Before you jump to any conclusions, I can explain.
Okay. Start talking.
Not here. Let's go someplace where we can talk privately.
No thanks. I'm not falling for that again.
You're confused, my boy. Disturbed. The Chernobylite is messing with your head, but I can help you.
Can you really? The way you helped me on the hospital roof?
Just... God, please don't do anything rash. Okay then. Ask your questions.
What's NAR's interest in Chernobylite?
Their interest is in a potentially trillion-dollar business. I trust I don't need to explain the possibilities of a nearly unlimited energy source.
I don't care about that. They're keeping Tatiana here against her will, aren't they? Why? Where is she?
Tatiana is a patient. A very valuable one. That's what's keeping her safe. At least for the time being. NAR has done some despicable things, I give you that. They've conducted some questionable experiments on human subjects. But Tanya is different. She's special.
I researched Chernobylite myself. It has many potential applications. What are you and your NAR overlords planning to do with it?
I know you did. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. The catastrophe of 1986 was a great gift for humanity. One of the greatest.
What are you talking about?
Chernobylite opened a door to something that will change the history of mankind forever. Forever!
Energy capable of creating a singularity, multiple singularities, and tunnels between them.
More than that, it gives us access to the ones already in existence. It's like an autonomous vehicle that can take you anywhere in time and space, complete with maps. The first such route is already in place. We just need to make sure it's safe.
Tatiana Amelieva. You acted like you had no idea what happened to her. But she's been here this whole time, hasn't she?
Yes. I cannot deny it, but please, you don't know all the facts.
God in heaven. Is there not a single shred of decency left in you?
I could tell you things that would turn your whole life upside down, but I don't want that. I can't have you falling apart. Don't you understand? I need you.
What are you saying?
I need you here. You're going to help me save her.
I will ask you one last time. Where is Tatiana?
Igor, please. Listen to reason.
Do you want to learn about your personal threshold for pain? I said talk!
All right, all right. But it's still Kozlov's fault. You have to believe me. Tanya is in the power plant, I swear it. Kozlov is keeping her there. Listen to me, Igor. This is important. You understand that what I'm trying to accomplish here is bigger than you or me.
Shut your goddamn mouth! I can't listen to any more of your excuses.
You can't leave him alive, Mousy! He will thwart our plan! He will bring about the end of the world and the reign of the Rat King!
Don't do anything you'll regret later, Igor. You're better than them. Remember that. More practically speaking, you might need the old bastard later.
You won't hurt anyone, ever again. This ends now.
I see I was wrong about you. You're an insect just like the rest of them. Mark me, you will regret this for the rest of your life. You will never save Tatiana without my help!
Finally, some definitive proof. Tatiana is at the power plant.
There are moments when I feel like a little girl in Murmansk again. I used to watch my dad working on the nuclear submarines, my mom preparing fish soup for dinner. I'm the same little girl with ponytails, riding a yellow bicycle and throwing snowballs at my neighbors.
Those are some beautiful memories.
It's more than that. It's like all these moments exist at the same time. Like I'm part of a circle.
That's deep, I think. But I have to admit, I don't quite follow.
Sorry, I didn't intend to burden you with my crazy thoughts.
Do you have a moment?
Sure.
I was wondering about that deranged...
Tarakan?
Yeah, some of the things he said...
More than a demented techno-shaman.
Funny. But yes, when I was in Butcherkia prison, they told me how in the olden days, I mean... What?
It had more to do with the people in charge wanted to send a message that it was...
Yeah.
I
There was this rumor about someone He got chucked into the loony.
Really?
Beats me. The official reason was we probably won't ever know who it was.
Hey.
About what? I can show.
Fantastic.
Hitting a stationary target is easy. Hitting something, I know you have a brain. NAR soldiers and shadows will more or less, thanks to... I'll hide behind cover and toss you a few cans. Point the barrel in the right direction. I'm ready when you are. Ready? Ready? Nice shot. Those cans are terrified, I can tell. You're making real progress, but ease up on the trigger. Jerking on it pulls the barrel upwards. Squeeze it gently, like clicking on a ballpoint pen. Hey, Igor, at your age, that training must have burned you way out. But you ticked all the boxes, my man. You should be proud of yourself.
We need to talk.
Sure. Let's talk.
It's about my mother. Or rather, about what she found. I didn't tell you this before, because I didn't know if I could trust you. I think I know why they took my mom. She was dangerous to NAR. It wasn't a coincidence. She saw something. Even took a photo. You see, when NAR first came here, they pretended to be friendly. They offered free examinations to several sample shells, and even promised my mother medical assistance. It was all a ruse, of course. My mother was invited to their lab, and she ended up seeing something she wasn't supposed to.
She was inside their lab? You should have told me about this sooner. Do you know what she saw?
They were running experiments with Chernobylite on human subjects. All volunteers, of course. Soon after that, people started vanishing, my mom included.
Do you still have the photo?
No. My mom always kept it on her.
Is there any other proof to back up your mother's account?
No, but I can't see my mother lying about something like that. She only ever had the Samuel Shell's best interest at heart. My mother was the least selfish person I've ever known. She wanted to help everyone who suffered from the Chernobyl disaster in any way she could. She paid the ultimate price for her kind heart. Now, I have to find out why and make this right.
I get it. Really. She sounds like an amazing lady. How can I help?
I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to know what my mother saw in that lab. I need you to go to Lenin Square and get inside. There must be something there incriminating NAR. This will help your search for Tatiana as well. If she's in the zone, she must somehow be part of all of this.
It won't be easy, but I'll definitely try.
Igor, a moment, please. I heard you talking to our she-wolf here. You don't want to go to Lenin Square.
I think I've proved myself quite capable, no?
You can harness the power of Chernobylite.
You're probably right.
I'll do it.
With a broken arm. Besides...
I'm not a complete imbecile, you know.
Of course you can, Olivier.
I really don't need to send people on missions
It
anymore.
seems
'Cause I
that
don't need
Olga's
spare-
mother was onto something. Something that got her killed. Could it be the key to finding out about the NAR's plans? Just be very careful, my love. I feel you getting closer to the heart of evil. Soon you may reach a point of no return.
Head for the lab, Igor. Should be in the middle of NAR's camp. See if you can slip in unnoticed. Don't get in any fight unless you have to.
Sure thing, Mum. And don't worry. I've got my sweater.
You've got some issues, don't you?
Okay. Now's not the time to get distracted.
Locate the lab and try to reach it without drawing attention. You don't want to fight all these guys at once.
It's us or him, boys!
Prepare 50 mils of ferric chloride and 100 mils of chlordiazepoxide.
I know that voice. Where have I heard it before?
Right away.
Send everything to the main laboratory tent. Don't make me wait.
Yes, sir. Who are you? What are you doing in here?
That man on the phone. Who was it?
You're Kiminyuk. Dear God, please don't hurt me.
I asked you a goddamn question.
My boss, you mean? I don't know his real identity. Almost nobody does, I swear.
Do you really want to play it this way? I can see you're scared, and rightfully so. But it seems you're deliberately trying my patience.
No, not at all, sir. Please, I can't tell you what I don't know. But I can tell you other things. Just ask. Just don't kill me. I can be useful. You'll see.
Vanya, my patience is wearing thin. Where are those damned chemicals?
Answer him, but casually. Relax.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'll send them right away. Apologies for the delay.
Spare me the excuses and move. I need that chlordiazepoxide, and I need it now. You two, continue without me. Oh, for your sakes, you don't screw this up.
It would be best if you forgot I was ever here.
Of course. I won't tell a soul.
Look at the tissue structure. This used to be a liver, if you can believe it. We need to collect samples.
The brain is hyperactive. Look at the chart. But it still doesn't respond to any stimuli. The previous subject had quite a different reaction. What's behind this difference, I wonder? Age? Sex?
Vanya? Finally! Who the hell are you? What did you do with Vanya?
Stay very still if you want to live.
Please don't hurt us. We're scientists.
Yeah, so was Dr. Mengele. Are you performing a vivisection without anesthesia? Administering shots of typhus? What are you doing exactly? I really want to know.
No, nothing like that. We're not beasts. We treat our patients as humanely as possible. But you have to understand that...
Scientific advancement requires sacrifice. Other people's sacrifice.
You make it sound sinister. But yes, everything we do is for the greater good.
How does it work? Are you shooting these poor souls up full of Chernobylite?
I can't talk about that. The NDA we signed is very strict. The penalties...
Did you just say NDA? Are you for real? Stop being a corporate stooge and start thinking about your own life.
Sure, you're right, of course. We started out giving them shots, but that was just the first stage. We're way past that now.
Uh-huh.
It was, you see. The fatality rate was... it didn't bring the desired results.
We've moved from administering nano-solutions to directly editing human genomes to enhance them with Chernobylite. We've developed our own Chernobylite CRISPR.
Your patients or subjects, whatever you call them. Especially the locals. What happened to them?
Which ones? There were many patients here. Some of them didn't make it past the final phase. The others, we don't know.
Don't let him dodge the question. Make him talk.
Look, please, can we all try to stay calm? Let us explain. Modifying genomes is only the first step. Next, we induce a state of superconsciousness in the subject's gamma brainwaves. It's basic neurology. The sympathetic nervous system begins to release enormous amounts of energy straight to the brain via the thalamic gate at the brainstem. When the thalamic gate opens, the energy flows to the pineal gland and... well, there you go. I don't like to use this term, but it opens a third eye.
A third eye? Right. Then what?
Enhanced by Chernobylite, the pineal gland can do incredible things. Release all kinds of energy, and even influence physical objects, as in telekinesis.
You're torturing people so they can bend spoons with their mind? God, what kind of quacks are you?
This is all following the scientific method, believe me. These are closely monitored, replicable experiments. Anyway, when the subject is ready for the final stage, we put them in an induced coma. Contrary to what you might think, it's for their own good.
Explain, and fast. What is this final stage?
Our boss calls it communion. It's when the subject's gamma brainwaves interact with Chernobylite's mental waves. Or, well, to tell you the truth, we don't know exactly what it is. Chernobylite is like a virus, in a way. It's not exactly inorganic matter, but neither is it a living organism. It's something in between. And it produces a type of brainwave, even though it clearly has no structured organic tissue.
Well, what's the purpose of this communion?
This is where it gets really interesting. You know that Chernobylite can be used to create wormholes, right? You've been doing it yourself. But these wormholes are special. Haven't you noticed? They're not a purely physical phenomenon.
I don't understand. What else could they be?
We know what singularities and the tunnels should look like. We know what they are in theory. But has anyone actually been inside one before?
Bullshit. I've studied Chernobylite too. The exotic energy it contains is powerful enough to create quasi-black holes and passages between them.
We thought so too, at first. But think about this. What if there was an organism, or a virus, an entity powerful enough to create its own singularities?
No biological organism could encapsulate that kind of energy, or survive if it did. A living entity would be torn to shreds.
But Chernobylite is not a normal biological organism, is it? We have no idea what it is. Just try and consider the possibility that the wormholes you're walking into are not something created outside of Chernobylite. They are Chernobylite. You're traveling through the veins and corridors of its multidimensional body.
But what does that have to do with this communion thing?
Isn't it obvious? We're trying to communicate with Chernobylite, or somehow influence it through the mental energy of our subjects. But getting inside this thing's mind, or whatever it is, must be a truly disturbing experience.
You're fucking insane, both of you. You need to stay away from the morphine cabinet for a while. I've heard enough. Who's your patient here?
I'm not sure, but she must have been carefully selected.
Selected? How? Did she volunteer? Or was she maybe run down and captured by soldiers in the woods? Talk!
I'm not familiar with the selection process. Our boss would know. But we know very little about him.
What's your boss in charge of exactly?
The entire biotech division, pretty much everything Chernobylite related, but mainly the impact on human physical and psychological functions.
Clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats. How does this work with Chernobylite?
It's similar to a standard gene editing tool. We take specialized protein from a certain bacteria, modify it with Chernobylite, and then target the exact genes we want to modify.
Wait, I know more about physics than genetics, but CRISPR is usually done on embryos, right? And it takes time, sometimes even years, for mutations to show.
Our boss developed his own methods. The process is applied directly in the subject's body. The speed of the mutations has increased exponentially. It no longer takes years, but weeks, sometimes mere days. Marvelous, isn't it?
Enough. All I've got from you so far is a bunch of gibberish. I want to see the actual research. Where do you keep your data? All the research data?
Check the database in this computer. Everything can be accessed from here.
It's password protected, isn't it?
Promise not to kill us and we'll tell you.
Don't worry. I don't give a shit about you. Password.
23#98S$.
Listen Listen to me very carefully, Igor. This research, this data, it's too dangerous to exist. And people died because of it. Delete everything. It won't bring my mother back, but at least no one will profit from her death, and the deaths of others.
You need to download this research, Mousy. This is the Rat King's brain stash. It's dangerous, yes, and inhuman. But it could contain the key to defeating him.
Looks like the Black Stalker is enhanced somehow by Chernobylite. The NER put him in charge of safeguarding their science secrets. These guys are telling the truth. They really achieved something incredible here.
Why did you do it? God damn you!
You did good, Igor. We will turn this information into a weapon against the Rat King.
Why couldn't I download the data myself and then delete their copy of it? Wouldn't that have just pleased both of them? So many of these choices just feel
I'm sorry,
arbitrary.
Olga. Nobody deserves to die so horribly.
I was hoping for some good news, but my mother, these people, they were all just used, processed.
Like all of the decisions
How
just to be the
could
thing of
anyone do
who do you
something
want to
like this?
annoy, more so than
Anyway,
who do you
did
actually
you find
believe.
anything of value?
Not sure yet. Bizarre theories about Chernobylite, mostly. I don't know if I want to get into the details yet.
Try me. I'm not a bookworm like you, but I'm not stupid either.
Well, NER seems to think Chernobylite is like a giant turtle that carries our universe on its back. They figure they can tame it and ride it wherever they want. Like a pet.
A turtle?
It's just a metaphor, but the scientific theory behind it is no less insane.
Right. Thanks for trying, I guess. Do you have a moment?
What's on your mind?
I was thinking about an old woman, about the revolution of her husband dying in the Great...
Fascinating.
She was very old indeed, until the lurkers killed...
I'm sorry.
I asked her once. I wanted to live, so I want to make mine count.
Hopefully we can avoid that.
Well, is my stepdad Matt?
Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad to...
Fantastic.
No jokes while we're training. Today I'll teach you how to stay alive a little bit longer. Knowing how to use a medkit, healing salves, and herbs is obviously important, but I won't be talking about that.
What are you going to talk about, Olga?
About resolve, grit, and determination. About having the guts to do what's right, whatever it takes.
I get what you're saying, but what does it have to do with survival skills?
You know the stories about people who achieve seemingly impossible feats in times of crisis? There's this tale about an old woman who somehow lifted a tram because her grandkid was stuck underneath.
I'm sure that's an urban legend.
Even so, with inner discipline and strength of conviction, you can sometimes surprise yourself. Let me ask you something. Are you willing to die for Tatiana?
Without hesitation.
Good. Now what you need to understand is that she doesn't need you to die. She needs you to live. Stay alive, Igor. It's the only way to see this through.
Listen, Georgi, I know what I'm doing, but there's no going back now.
I know, my dear friend. It's just that we lost such a brilliant mind that terrible night. I'm afraid of losing you, too, all over some romantic squabbles.
Blackstalker's Boris?
And this misunderstanding also cost you your good looks.
I don't want to listen to this anymore. No more distractions, you hear me?
Oh yes, of course. I'm very happy to hear that it's all in the past now.
Good. So let's get to it. I would like to see some results as soon as possible. We both know that she's the key. We've wasted enough time already.
All right. Just don't do anything rash, please. We need to follow the proper protocols.
So my dear friend Boris worked with Semenov even after the Chernobyl disaster. I wonder what happened to his face. And Tanya is the key. The key to what? Gah, more secrets. I've got to keep digging.
Your trials were too aggressive, my friend. I told you that you were using too much, didn't I? I told you. You're lucky you didn't end up brain dead like the others. But here we are. Boris is dead. Truly dead this time. There's no reason to pretend otherwise now. I suppose I should have seen this coming. The mental projections you told me about, the visions, they've been building for some time. To be honest, I just thought that your hallucinations meant you were losing your mind. Prolonged exposure to Chernobylite often causes psychosis and hysteria, after all. Why, I've seen the test subjects babbling about Cthulhu, or wanting to save the world from rats. You really did it, my friend. You crossed the Rubicon. You achieved something that no one has ever achieved before. Well, except her, but she has a different purpose. You will be the first of your kind. You will help me bring about a new era of human evolution. You will help me reach the stars. Forget your past. Forget your pathetic personal involvements. Distractions. Foolish distractions for the weak. Wasting your time seeking validation from others, but not anymore. You don't need any of that going forward. You're to be my right hand in the days to come. It's time to drop your old mask and don a new one. Time to become what you were always meant to be. The Black Stalker. Wake up soon. We've got plenty to do, you and I.
So it was Boris all along. He started the Chernobylite trials on himself and became the Black Stalker. Dear God.
I've told you everything you need to know, General. What seems to be the problem?
The problem? That's what you're calling it. Look, I won't even pretend to understand what you and your lab monkeys are doing down there. And I wouldn't care if I did. What I do care about is this facility and the safety of my men. So the next time you decide to rush an experiment that can potentially release a bunch of fucking monsters into the world, please tell me beforehand so I have time to devise a strategy.
First off, the shadows are key to our research. They are hybrids that... You know what? I won't bother you with details that you won't be able to understand anyways. And second, actually, no, I'm responsible to the board, not to you, Kozlov. Your job is to safeguard this operation, not lecture me on things you will never come close to understanding. In fact, the board wants you to cooperate closely, very closely, with my right-hand man. I would like you to familiarize him with all of our security protocols.
Who? The freak in the black mask? You want to tell me who the hell he is? I like to know who I'm working with.
If you need a name, call him what the rest of your men call him, the Black Stalker. One last thing, I know you don't share my views on the future prospects of this organization. But don't even think about throwing in the towel. If we fail, there will be hell to pay for both of us. There is no walking away now.
So the NAR is somehow responsible for creating shadows. Or at least releasing them into the world. And Boris, the Black Stalker, is also involved in NAR security.
mousy. What if it was a mousy?
I'm not...
Of course it is. So
You're talking about
a disguise, sure. Then you...
an NAR...
Look in the building adjacent. I laid some traps, so watch out. Memorize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A hunter went out for a walk. Suddenly, a hare appeared and shot him down. Bang, bang! Oh, oh, oh! The hunter is going to die. He's crawling back home, saying, "Bury me deep and let me lie."
It's the other way around.
It beats a password that anyone can copy.
All these years in the zone and all that Tatakan has to show for it are some officers' uniforms? Be careful, Igor. Don't end up as rat bait.
I could use another cup of coffee, preferably with brandy. One last sweep and I'm done. Great.
Come into my parlor, Set the spider to the fly. Finish the sentence or die. 1, 2...
A hunter went out for a walk.
Huh, that's right. The way into my parlor. Here comes another riddle. Suddenly...
And shot him down.
Correct. Oh, no, no, said the little fly. To a verse for you. Bang, bang.
The hunter is going to die.
You really are something. You... I'm sure you must be weird now. Pet, he was
saying, bury me deep and let me lie.
I can't believe you made it, you sneaky fly.
Officer's stripes. I'm sure these will look good on me.
One more thing. My computer.
Great.
You know how to use Norton Commander? This may take some time. It's a 486...
Well, that will take...
I'm no fucking blackhead, but that's...
Okay, I'll...
Unlock the computer and...
God.
This is a fucking mistake.
Okay. I thought keeping you close was supposed to increase my chances of survival.
I gave you what you needed to disarm the...
Yeah,
The sharpest sword.
All these...
Next to the garbage incinerator.
Are you kidding?
Not at all. Wow, it's great!
Yeah.
Stop bitching and be... Anyway, listen up.
Oh, the suspect.
Drum roll, please! Time to end his misery.
You've got friends?
Very funny. His lapdogs captured us.
What happened?
He thought we were human. Anyway, he's gonna give some kind of...
This sounds like a real opportunity, and to make him...
As much as I'd mind, we should make him talk first. Passwords, codes.
We are going to pull the rat. Killing him straight away would waste all...
I agree on one point. Kozlov, maybe he does deserve it, but the only way to make sure he can't...
We need
I can definitely help. The actual camp is located. The main entrance is probably guarded. You know the place, right?
Yeah.
It's not complicated. Though to the side door will be a breeze, and that's where you come. Kozlov's digs are on the top floor. Security is a bit of a joke. And remember, most of them will be
This is a great opportunity, Mouse. The time has come to...
Okay.
Koslov, the most hated man in the zone. He's ruthless, but hardly a mastermind. Despite his civilized appearance, he may just be a mad dog, unleashed by the NAR. Still, you could probably learn a lot from him. He could be your ticket into the power plant.
Bad news, Igor.
What's going on?
Kozlov is about to leave the NAR encampment. Very convenient timing, isn't it?
Convenient indeed. So, change of plans?
Go to Hotel Policia, top floor. You'll have a great vantage point from up there. It will allow you to pinpoint Kozlov.
Sounds good.
Shoot the motherfucker!
Excellent. We should pursue this plan. This will bring us closer to defeating the Rat King.
You're one like old geezer, Turkan. But I like you because you love to stir shit up. Working with you is a real pleasure.
You may be far from divine enlightenment, Sashko, but your heart is in the right place.
Tango's behind cover. Careful. Blink his ass. No mercy.
Is it really just a thing of the only thing that's hiding behind these anti-Chernobylite doors is Chernobylite? Because every one of them I've opened so far has just been a big block of Chernobylite. That's kind of lame.
I could use another cup of coffee, preferably with brandy.
I'm on the top floor, and I found some binoculars.
Good. Luck favors bold mousies like yourself.
I see him. General Kozlov in the flesh.
The chief rat. Now listen closely, Mousy. His living quarters are in the building on your right, top floor. The time for action is now. Gather your courage and go, Mousy.
What about a little help? Perhaps some kind of diversion?
Yes. Luring the other predators away is always a good idea. Use the generator to power up the Ferris wheel. Its lights will attract them like moths.
Like moths? That might work for a minute or two, but it won't last.
Do you have a better idea?
I might. Shut down the generator instead, and they'll be blind. Then you'll have no problem sneaking past the guards and getting to your target.
Okay, I'm at the generator.
The shadows are out! Fucking hell!
Fire! Fire at will! Target ahead!
Over there! Keep shooting!
More of them are coming!
Watch your six! Stay alert!
Disabling the generator must have opened the shadow cages. The guards will be quite busy for the next little while.
Not afraid of the dark, are you? Seriously, though, watch yourself. Those things will eat you just as soon as any guard.
What's all the commotion?
Don't even think about reaching for that sidearm, General Kozlov. I'm not interested in talking to you, but I need to find Tatiana, and you're in my way.
Is that so? Those few words you just said tell me you have no idea what's going on here.
Come on. He's just trying to weasel his way out of it. Kill him now. Don't let him get in your head.
I'm sorry, General. I'm not that kind of person. But you leave me no choice.
Wait. You're making a huge mistake. I can tell you a great many things. Useful information.
He's full of shit.
You want to know about Tatiana, right?
Okay. I'll bite. But you better have answers.
Did you think I would be impressed? I've seen these things before.
Don't make your situation any worse than it already is. Move.
Nobody likes a thing. It's impossible to keep anyone. Like, why is Mikhail upset that he's going to get the opportunity to kill him?
So, this is what it looks like from the inside.
Surprised? I guess you're not all-knowing after all.
Let's say terrorist hideouts are not my department, but I know everything I need to know. Is this a family meeting? What a pity. I thought we were going to talk man-to-man, Professor Kaminyuk.
What the fuck? Why did you bring this asshole here? You were supposed to punish him for what he did, and then leave his corpse as an example.
My poor fellow. I suppose you expect me to acknowledge you and apologize for something I've done. Sadly, I am forced to disappoint you. I have no idea who you are, nor do I care.
I don't like this one bit. Let's put an end to this, and fast.
You should be careful with that one, Kaminyuk. Women are often far more cruel than men. I've seen her kind in... well, it hardly matters. What about you, old man? Still chasing ghosts? Did you ever find your mysterious Rat King? Perhaps you should have stayed in the institution. At least they kept you properly fed. Sashko Horobets. I admire your craft, but there's nothing I can do for you. Or your brother.
We'll see about that.
Are we done with introductions? Let's get to it then.
You seem to be the most reasonable of this gang of colorful misfits. I was hoping you and I could have a civilized conversation.
I know exactly what you're doing. It isn't particularly clever or original, and it's not going to work.
What am I doing? I am a professional who happens to be on the other side of the fence. Just a man trying to do his job. I have a nephew that I very much want to see. So, go ahead and ask your questions. When you're satisfied, I'm sure we can come to some kind of arrangement.
Your nephew? Tell me about him.
He's 10 years old. He's from Magnitogorsk, like his father and me, and he's the smartest kid I know. I don't believe for one moment that you could harm him. It simply isn't your style, Professor. Besides, you don't even know where he is.
Do not assume to know me, Kozlov. That would be a mistake. Tell me about the experiments. What is Semenov doing in the lab?
I wish I could tell you.
But as with tracking down trespassers, that is not my department. My task was to ensure Semenov could work undisturbed.
You lie. I've seen everything. I've even studied Chernobylite myself. How can you claim to know nothing about it?
I know about its applications, yes. I know that it can act as an unlimited energy source, that it can be used in transportation, medicine, and can even be weaponized. But I don't know any details about its implementation. I'm not a scientist, just an old soldier.
Yes, I suppose that's true.
Look, I'm not a personal friend of Semenov. His findings may be profound, but at what cost? Remember, it was Semenov who botched the experiment that released the shadows into this world. Can you guess how many people I've lost fighting those things? Don't ask me where these creatures came from, because I have no idea. From a nightmare, perhaps. Semenov has a god complex. He believes he can advance the human race, a bold claim, especially in this part of the world, no? We lived in the shadow of people who wanted to turn us simple bread-eaters into angels for almost the entire century. But I've been around. I've seen things. So you can understand why I'm skeptical when I hear such claims.
Semenov may be the brain, but he isn't responsible for the atrocities in the zone. That's your doing.
You seem like a smart fellow, Kamenyuk. Why would you buy into this nonsense?
What do you mean?
Whatever Semenov told you, he is the real puppet master. He has great influence over the board.
The board?
The big money people in the tailored Italian suits. The people who make money by making money. Semenov convinced the board he's going to transform NAR into a $1 trillion business. To them, he's like an investment banker messiah.
Semenov isn't rounding people up and torturing them, filling mass graves with civilian corpses. That's you.
Well, naturally, you'll get a distorted view of what's going on when you only hear one side of the story.
Uh-huh. What's your side of the story, then?
This is a war zone. I am responsible for keeping my men safe and doing my job. Some collateral damage is unavoidable in any conflict. But trust me when I say I've already had a bellyful of civilian misery. I do my absolute best to keep their suffering to a minimum.
I'm only really interested in one thing. Where is Tatiana?
That ghost you're chasing. That pretty dream. I don't know what to tell you.
You're the head of security. Am I to believe you're not privy to everything that goes on at the power plant?
Professor Kamenyuk, listen. I am here to earn a little extra money so I can retire someplace nice and send my nephew to an Ivy League university. I have zero interest in anything that doesn't directly concern my men and my job.
You don't tell me. I swear.
I cannot tell you what I do not know, Professor. Semenov is the authority in this area. Talk to him if you want to know more about the experiments or this Tatiana girl.
How do I enter the power plant?
You're placing me in a very awkward position. You want me to divulge information that may lead to casualties among my men and the civilian staff.
You've got a real nerve talking to me about civilian casualties. I can't believe you would try that. Again. What is the password and response for accessing the power plant?
Don't be stupid. You and your merry band of trumps will never make it out of the power plant alive.
I don't care. Do you know where we are, right now?
No. I don't understand it, this place. But let's skip the guessing game, and you just tell me.
We are currently in the tunnel between two singularities. It's like a black hole, only smaller. This tunnel is a shortcut through time and space. Marvelous, isn't it? But to use it, you need to know how to enter and how to leave.
Ah, I see where this is going.
Do you? I don't have to kill you. I can simply leave you here. But don't count on dying anytime soon. Time dilation will ensure that you don't. You will never see your nephew again. But perhaps I will release you to attend his funeral when he's died of old age.
I can see that your companion's cruel nature is beginning to rub off on you. Very well.
Are you ready to cooperate now? If you lie to me, I will return and it won't go well for you.
The call is, we quell the storm. The response, and ride the thunder.
Thank you. I'm glad we had this chance to talk. What to do with you now, eh?
It's too dangerous to let him live. I believe we already agreed on that.
I want to ask him about wrestling fast.
He's mine. I want him to experience a slow descent into hell. Fucker!
He's just a tool of the Rat King. He told you everything of value already. Do not let this rodent roam free.
I'm not a murderer. I've only...
Thank you.
You have to leave NAR. Otherwise, you and I will have another conversation.
All I care about is my nephew.
I wanted to let him talk about Ruslan first with Sashka, but sure. Kind of sounds like we're almost ready to do the heist. Hey Andrew, good to hear. Like, what I'd recommend is if you're going to give it another chance, do what I've done and just put all the difficulties down to very easy, because it makes it a much less of a chore of a game. Like, having to scavenge for all the parts and stuff is a lot easier when you get a reasonable number of them when you find things, as opposed to having to pick up 7 billion things. And like, the combat is not good, so making it easier is a solid choice. Like, I have absolutely no shame in showing I have everything set to very easy. Otherwise, I think maybe I would have lost some team members by this point because everyone hates me. Because all the decisions you make, people hate. So, it's great.
Sup, Igor?
I'm okay.
Exploring Pripyat. We used to live in one.
I remember that.
Right, a sign on some houses.
I never...
So, I wonder all about that.
I'm really... Hey.
About what? I can show...
Fantastic.
Life on the streets taught me that quick reflexes can mean the difference between coming home and coming home in a box. Sometimes it can help you dodge a bullet. Let's see if I can. First, breathe from the bottom of your belly. Now, don't hold it. Just release it. Not okay. Talk is cheap. I'm good. I bet that hurt. It'll make you remember your training longer. Take cover, Igor! Ha! That was fast. You're pretty spry for an over-the-hill pre-perestroika scientist. Take cover, Igor! You're getting good at this. Take cover, Igor! Nice moves, old-timer. You still got it. Outstanding. You got the reflexes of a teenage gangbanger on Crystal. I'd take you into my crew. No questions asked. Good to see you're still in shape. It'll come in handy. Hey there, old-timer.
I'm all ears.
You know I came here to
You...
Yeah, Ruslan.
So you were...
The proper term is thief.
So...
It's a long story. He beat our mother every time, but I'll never forget the last time. I wasn't a helpless little shit. We grabbed the old man and threw him down the well behind the old house.
You threw your own... Okay.
My brother Ruslan did something. I've been trying to track him. Damn. That's not important right now. I need to meet up with him. Search the NAR mobile. There are some officer uniforms, and while you're at it, I want you to look...
Of course.
I knew I could count. Stay in touch.
I will.
Okay, once we load into this area, I'm gonna save and call it.
You promised your friend something, and now you need to follow through. Sashko is like a live grenade right now. One wrong move, and he'll explode. Be careful.
I'm at the outpost. A lot of firepower here.
Stay low.
I could try my luck, see if I can take them out.
You got balls, I'll give you that. But no, lure them away from the outpost somehow. Use the field radio. I assume Olivier taught you how to fool these robots. Okay, you got a plan. Get to it.
Living on the streets of Moscow teaches you how to think on your feet, huh? I like it.
Yeah, go get some lunch. Back in this afternoon and hopefully finish this today. Thanks for watching.